Communication skills are the most basic and most needed skills in any job. Even you are a freelancer or you are doing a permanent job, if you don't communicate your ideas well to your fellow team members or your CEO, you are doomed. Okay, so let's discuss how we are going to get good communication skills, because a lot of people from Asia, India, Pakistan or other countries that are not native English, they get a lot of problem talking to clients or communicating with them. They have poor English, even though they have a lot of good skills like designing, or they are a very good designer or very good developer, but they cannot communicate well. So this keeps them away from hiring or getting good clients. Okay, so let's see what we can do about communication skills. Okay, now the question is, how well can you communicate? Now, why it is important? Because if you can't communicate, you cannot sell yourself. Selling yourself is very basic skill in freelancing. It is most needed skill. Okay, also if you are going for a job, hiring managers think that this skill is the key skill even for designers or even for developers. Now, what about design briefs? If you are given a design brief or a development specification document or requirement document for any website or web design, how you are going to communicate that, or how you are going to turn that into beautiful code or beautiful web design. Okay, so if you can't understand the language or can't understand what the design brief is saying, you are not going to do well in your end result. Okay, also when your client is telling you about their requirements via email or maybe via a direct phone call, you cannot understand what it is he is saying, then I think this can create a lot of big problems. Okay, now the key takeaways is that communication is the key to all job success, even permanent jobs or freelance jobs, and it helps getting your idea across. Okay, so if you can't get your idea across to your CEO, your management or marketing team, I think you cannot work very well. Okay, now why communication is the most necessary skill? Because in interviews, in job interviews, even in TopTal, when they interview freelancers, they are going to go with this very necessary question, and it will be for developers. Can you explain why you have used this method or this JavaScript code? And for designers, can you tell us about your process or idea behind this project? How you came up with this idea? What is your daily design process? So you are going to explain your work in all these job interviews. So keep prepared for this. Okay, so communication skills are the key over here. Now to the point where a lot of us lacks: how to improve your communication. A lot of people tell you that communication is very necessary, but how to improve it? Okay, so how to communicate well with your clients? Now the first thing is that if you have any online courses on Udemy or any other platform, try to learn those courses. Okay, now the second part is that try to watch cartoons, movies with subtitles. Okay, so if you don't get any word or any line, try to rewind it and listen again and again. This is the first technique I tell a lot of newbies or the people who struggle communicating in English. Okay, first thing is that you need to develop your listening skills. So if you can't listen the English accent and you cannot interpret what he is saying, then this is a very big problem. This is the first step. Then you need to come towards the spoken English. First you need to listen and then you need to communicate back. So this is how it is going to work. Now the secret tip I'm going to give you is that you need to watch cartoons like Peppa Pig. They speak English very slowly and they are for kids, and you can easily get what they are talking about, and there you can improve your listening skills a lot. Okay, now the second tip is that don't look on grammar while you are speaking. A lot of us in these countries, we learn grammar first of English, like we are using this tense, continuous tense, past tense or present tense. So don't try to listen to this. Just try to get started in communicating in English. Just start uttering words, whether your tenses are right or not wrong. Don't care about it. It will get improved after some time. Okay, so The first tip is that try to watch very basic children cartoon where they have spoken English very slowly and very clearly. Second thing is that watch movies with subtitles, English movies, Hollywood movies, famous movies, okay? And then first develop your listening skills, then come to the spoken English skills, okay? So this is how you are going to improve your skills. Now the next step is that you have learned the communication skills, or you have learned your English, or you know that I have got some idea of how they are talking or what they are saying. Then you should test your English, okay? Try to take English language tests on upwork.com. This is a freelance site. Also a lot of other freelance sites like freelancer.com or maybe others, they provide tests, basic English test where you use your grammar or maybe sentence creation tests, okay? So try to give those tests. Now the second test is that you need to start reading a job description. Try to read some job description on upwork.com. Okay, so go to upwork.com. Let me show you. Now you can see over here, I am browsing some jobs on Upwork, and if I click any of the jobs, like you can see over here, you can see these are the details they are looking for. Okay, cybersecurity interview question and answers, top interview question and model answers for cybersecurity interviews, theme, and these are the links. Okay, guidelines, use English only, style guide. So if you don't understand all this, you are going to be in a problem. Okay, so let's go to this mobile development, develop iOS and Android app. Android likha. Okay, you can see over here in the details, he says in the first part of the job, I want to have an app to be developed. Main purpose of the app is to create a Modbus TCP client. I developed a Modbus library for .NET and blah blah blah. And okay, so these are the key things he needed. So you need to understand all this part fully, and you should know that I can understand and I can reply him back. Okay, so this is how you try to read your job description. You can also try 99designs.com. There are design briefs that are very, very descriptive and very long. The key takeaways here is that learn and test your English level and try to repeat this cycle till the time you get a lot better. Okay, so this is all about communication skills, how to improve your English, how to improve your communication with your client, and how to sell yourself. Okay, so let's move on to the next lesson.